Welcome to TRADEREP. This is Short Hammer. It is the 4th of September 2019, and we're looking at Amazon. Now today, Amazon did push up to the 1798s, but just like Thursday and Friday, it was unable to hold above, and we could not get that next leg to push us through the 1800s. So what's interesting about Amazon is that we have been in I'll call it a semi-channel for the last few weeks. When we push down into the 1740s, the buyers step in and push us back up. When we push up into the 1830s, the sellers step in and push us back down. Right now, we're running into, I'll say, a little bit of supply in the 1798s, and we can't get to the 1800s right now. So we'll see how that shakes out over the next few days. But so far, just the last, I'll say 3 days, because it's Thursday, Friday, and today, when we've pushed up into the 1798s or near the 1798s, the sellers have pushed us back down. So we'll see if this is a repeat of these 2 days, and if we pull back lower, or if there's some sort of a catalyst overnight that pushes us up through the 1790s and through the 1805 area. We have to see where we open, whether it's gapped up or gapped down. We've seen nice movements overnight that have just changed the complexion of the next cash session. So I'll be watching to see where we open, and I'm going to use these SD lines as a guide. If we're below the 1790s, I'm going to be looking for the 1762, 1756 area and seeing if we hold the 1740s. If we're above the 1790s and we're at 1805, I'm going to see if we can squeeze through the 1818s, 1820s into the 1830s and break the 1833-77 area, or 78 area, I should say, for a squeeze into the 1845s or higher. But each one of these areas opens up another zone. And you see these shaded, these gray areas are my supply demand zones. So usually when we hold, you can buy at the bottom or the top or in any of these zones and hold to the next zone. But Amazon's kind of been stuck in this little channel, and it's kind of, for me, the way that the market's been moving, we can close here above this zone and think that we're going to get a buying pressure that squeezes us into the 1800s, and then tomorrow we open up and we're gapped down below the 1740s. It's like it's really interesting day to day. So we'll see what happens and where we open up tomorrow. But looking at the 4-hour chart, as of right now, the last 3 bars, lower highs, higher lows. We'll see how that works out, how that resolves. If we take a peek at the lower time frame, we'll see in the pre-market, we dropped down around the 1756 area. Buyers stepped in and they pushed us up. At the cash open, we saw a slight pullback. Buyers stepped in. We took off to the upside, pushed through the 1792 area, couldn't quite get to 1798. Pull back. Buyers stepped in again to push us back up. We couldn't get to the 1798. We pulled back. Buyers stepped in again, and they got us through the 1798s, but we could not hold above. Sellers took control and drove us down into the 1780s. From the 1780s, buyers tried again to push us back up. We just couldn't quite make the 1798s and pulled back below the 1792s. We'll have to see where we open tomorrow, but the main intraday pivot for tomorrow is this 1786 area, this yellow dash line. And I'll be keeping an eye on that and the immediate SD zone, 1792 right here, and 1798. We'll see if we have the buying pressure to get through these levels tomorrow, or if the sellers have control and we matriculate down close to the 1760s or lower. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on Amazon, as I always do, and seeing which way the market takes us. But it's really important to see where we open first and not pay attention so much as to where we close. because there could clearly be a gap up or a gap down, maybe 5-10 points either direction before the cash session. So we'll see where we open tomorrow, and we'll play it from there based on the levels that we have on Amazon.